Hello, Malpos 2. This week in English, you've read a letter I wrote to the Nobel Peace Prize Committee. This was a persuasive letter. Persuasive is a fancy word to say that I wanted to convince them. I wanted to make them see that what I think is what they should do. That is called to try to persuade someone. Since I'm writing to the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, they're a very important organization. So I need to write a formal letter. Today, we're going to work on writing a formal letter. To write a formal letter, there's many things we need to include. It's a lot of stuff, but it's actually kind of easy once you see it. First of all, in the top right, you have it right here, you want to put your name. This could be Mr. De Vercelli, and my address. Why would I want to put my address in that letter? Yes, so if the Nobel Peace Prize Committee wants to get back to me, they know where they can write. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write their address, the recipient's address. That means the person that this letter is going to. And that would be the Nobel Peace Prize Committee. And I searched for the address and I found out that it was in Henrik Ibsen's street in Oslo, Norway. So so far we have my address and their address. Then we're going to continue to write a letter. First thing I want to do is to say hello to them, right? So that they don't feel like I'm just barging in. I need to say hello. It can be a nice, friendly greeting. In this case, I wrote, "Dear Nobel Peace Prize Committee." We write a comma at the end, and then we start writing. We want to start writing with an introduction. An introduction is a brief explanation of my opinion. Is everything summarizes that the real essence of what I want to say, the most important idea I want to tell them. My most important idea is that I want Gandhi to win the Nobel Peace Prize. So that is the first thing I'm going to do in the first line. And now I'm going to give them which are my reasons to think in that. You can see it here. My reasons are. And I can develop just one or two sentences with the most important reasons. After that, I want to go and maybe give more explanation for my reasons, give them a justification for what I'm thinking. And then when I start to say, firstly, and I give him my first reason for why Gandhi is a person that should win the Nobel Peace Prize. I have my second reason, and I've put a fronted adverbial saying secondly. I'm using these fronted adverbials to order my information and make it very clear that this is one reason, this is my second reason, and I have finally my third reason. I don't want to give them maybe too many because if not, they might not want to read if it's such a long letter. So I'm keeping it simple and I'm keeping it very clear. Finally, and this is my last reason, okay, because it can be an example for us. Now to conclude, to finish my letter, I write a conclusion, which is a strong final statement. I want to tell them exactly what I want, once again, very clearly. So what I've done here is I've told them they've done well in the past and they would be doing well again if they follow my advice. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write my signature and I'm going to maybe say a polite farewell. Yours sincerely, Mr. De Vercelli. You could put your name down here. These are the parts of a formal letter. We have the author's name, that's you or me in this case, who you're sending this letter to, a hello, an introduction, some reasons, justifications for why you think what you're trying to convince them to doing, and a conclusion. Finally, you write your name and you say goodbye. This is something we've done before. Top tip for paragraphs. That means that every time you have a new topic, you change to a new place, time, or person. Sorry, I've put place twice. Person. You will be changing your paragraph. In this case, it's very easy because you have fronted adverbials to tell you when you're changing topic. So it'd be a very easy chance for you to get your paragraphs done correctly. I've seen some of your story maps. You did not, when you started to say first, you did not go to a new paragraph. When you do your own story map, I hope you can be mindful of that. And you can start your second or your finally in a new paragraph. Okay, because those are all different topics, different reasons why Gandhi should win the prize. The other thing we're going to keep in mind is our fronted adverbials. Remember, an adverbial is a word or group of words at the beginning of the sentence that tells you where, when, or how the rest of the sentence happened. In a persuasive letter, we are going to use fronted adverbials that tell us when, firstly, secondly, lastly, finally. Yes, they're going to help us organize our information. So we're going to keep those in mind. I hope this is helpful. Today you're going to be putting these sections, these parts of your letter in order. So I hope you can do that. You're going to do great. Good luck.